What is hip hop happening? PokeMoshPitBeta. My name is ignitednight, and here I have a Gen 5 UU battle against BlackSpottedZebra. If you don't already know who he is, be sure to check him out. He's awesome, and his link will be in the description. And yeah, UU is something I'm kind of new to. I've only played like one other UU battle, but nonetheless, this turned out to be a pretty close match. Hopefully, you enjoy it. And yeah, before I actually talk about the battle, in the team preview, basically, I had a Zoroark in the first position, and I had a Claydol in the last position. So right now, I'm thinking he's assuming I'm going to lead off with my Zoroark. So let's see how this goes. I lead off with a Claydol, which is a real Claydol, and he's going to lead off with the Staraptor. And if he's assuming I'm a Zoroark, Staraptor is slower, so I'm assuming right now he's Scarfed, and if he's Scarfed Jolly, this could be potentially a pretty big threat to my team. So he's gonna go for the U-turn, and because I'm max HP, I can take that nicely. And I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rock, and this is actually a trick Claydol, so I'm forced to switch out. I'm predicting the Stealth Rocks here, but if he goes for the trick, it's also not too bad. So in either case, I'm gonna go into Staraptor. He decides to go for the trick though, and I forgot here that trick in Gen 5 lets you use a move after you use it. So I'm gonna go for the U-turn here. He goes for the Ice Punch. I know I can live it because, you know, it's not stab and Ice Punch is fairly weak. And I'm gonna get off the U-turn. And right now, I'm gonna go into my Zoroark disguised as a Milotic. And this is how you use Zoroark. It's much better this way, not as a lead, as you'll see. So he's gonna be forced to switch out, but I'm gonna go for the Pursuit because you know, he doesn't know I'm a Zoroark. So Scarf Azelf, which could also be a big pain to my team, that's taken care of. But now he knows I'm a Zoroark, and this is a Choice Banded Zoroark I've been using, so I'm forced to switch out. I'm going to go into my Shelgon. I'm thinking he's going to either set up something or go straight for the attack. And as long as it's not a Swords Dance, that's not going to be too much of a deal or a big deal. So he's going to go for the Rock Polish. I know I can take any hit, and I do take this hit not too well because he gets a critical hit. I'm gonna go for the Wish, or no, the Toxic, just to kind of stall this thing out. And I'm just gonna stay in because, you know, I don't really have anything to take this Rhyperior or something to switch into it. So I'm gonna go for the Wish, hoping he misses. That's exactly what happens. So I guess that kind of makes up for the crit, but you know, it's not really too big a deal. And I'm gonna go for the Protect, and he's, I guess, gonna predict the Protect because you know, I haven't shown it, but I guess Wish and Protect kind of go in tandem. So he's going to switch out into this Galvantula. And I'm not sure what this thing wants to do. I'm thinking it wants to go for a Bug Buzz or a Thunder. In either case, I'm pretty sure I could have taken a Bug Buzz or a Thunder, but he decides to go for a Thunder anyways. It misses, which is unfortunate, but these things happen. So I go for a Fire Blast. It doesn't do too much. And I'm going to go for the Wish here. He's going to go for a Thunder again. I'm thinking since he knew I had the Protect, he's going to switch out into something else. So I didn't go for the Protect, I went for the Fire Blast instead. But he decides to stay in and go for another Thunder. So I'm going to go into my Staraptor now, which I guess kind of was a bad play, seeing as how he might have been Scarfed. But judging by that damage, he could have been Specs. I don't really do damage calc, so I wouldn't have known. But in any case, just taking kind of a gamble here. I go for the U-turn, and now I'm going to go into my Claydol, and he has his Rhyperior, Slowbro, Staraptor, and I think something else, and as long as he doesn't switch into the Staraptor, I can get the trick off something slower, which would be really helpful. So luckily he switches into a Slowbro, and I'm going to trick this thing, and he's going to go for the Scald. It's not going to kill me, so I'm predicting either a switch, so I'm going to go for the Ice Beam, but I would have stayed in anyways because Claydol at such a low health isn't going to be doing too much, and he hasn't set up rocks of any kind, so I don't really need Rapid Spin support. And the only attack I have is Ice Beam anyway, so he's going to finish off my Claydol. I'm going to go into my Excelgor, which is a Choice Specs Excelgor, and I'm thinking he doesn't want to take a Bug Buzz, so he's going to switch into his Cofagrigus to resist it. And I'm going to predict that and go for the Giga Drain. Either way, Giga Drain would have been a decent choice, but you know, Specs Giga Drain, it does absolutely nothing, which is very depressing, but Excelgor doesn't really have the best special attack, so I'm going to switch out here predicting either a Will-O-Wisp, a Shadow Ball, or a Calm Mind, and Milotic would have been a good switch in anyways because I would benefit from the Will-O-Wisp from the Marvel scale boost. Shadow Ball's not going to be doing too much because I am especially defensive Milotic, and Calm Mind, I can just Toxic Stall this thing. Even if he gets 2 and goes for a Shadow Ball, it's not going to be too big a deal because it's not going to be doing too much. Milotic has very nice special defense, so he's going to go for the Will-O-Wisp, surprisingly enough, and that's no problem. I'm not complaining. I have my defense boost, and max, relatively max special defense Milotic with a defense boost is something that's going to be pretty useful. So I'm just going to go for the Scalds and Toxic Stall this thing. But then one thought popped up into my head, and that's, what if he has the rest? And if he has the rest, that could be a big problem. So I gotta find a position where I can switch into my Zoroark where he'd go for the rest. Because next turn it looks like he's gonna be at a low amount of health to where he's gonna want to rest up. So right now I'm gonna switch out into my Zoroark as I'm thinking he's gonna go for a rest. But if he goes for a Shadow Ball, I'm pretty sure that's still not gonna take me out because Zoroark resisted. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, but he decides to go straight for the Shadow Ball anyways, so I'm guessing this thing doesn't have the rest, and all that paranoia was for nothing. But in any case, he's going to go for the Shadow Ball. It's going to do a decent chunk, but it's not going to take me out, and I'm just going to go for the U-turn because he's at such a low amount of health that pretty much anything's going to take this thing out, and the Choice Banded U-turn without a doubt is going to take this thing out. So I'm going to go for the U-turn and U-turn into my Staraptor because it'd be the better switch into anything he has. I can close combat the Rhyperior, I can U-turn or just Brave Bird the Slowbro for a good amount of damage, and if he has this other Staraptor, well, that would be kind of a bad position for me. But in any case, he's going to switch out into his Rhyperior. I decided in this case to go for the U-turn because I'm pretty sure at this point close combat wouldn't kill. So I'm going to switch into my Excelgor, I think as fodder or predicting the Rock Polish. And I thought I'd be faster after a Rock Polish, which doesn't end up to be the case, but he decides to go for the Drill Run. I'm thinking, predicting I was a Zoroark, or thinking it would have killed me, but in any case, or he just didn't want Stone Edge to miss. But I'm going to go for the Giga Drain. It's going to finish this thing off, and now he's going to switch into his Staraptor, I believe. He has his Staraptor and his Slowbro left. And, if this thing is Scarfed, I have to find some way to deal with this. So right now, I'm going to switch out into my Milotic, kind of as fodder, because I don't think I can take a Brave Bird, even with the Marvel scale. So he goes for the Brave Bird, and now I'm gonna go into my own Staraptor, and I'm gonna go for the Brave Bird. I'm thinking he's fearing I'm Scarfed as well, so it would have been a speed tie, but if he's Jolly, it wouldn't have been. He would be faster, definitely. And he's gonna go into a Slowbro, and surprisingly enough, I can 2-hit KO the Slowbro, which is very nice, but at the same time, it isn't because he's gonna take me out with my own recoil. So now he has a Staraptor left. I have my Excelgor and my Zoroark, and if he is Scarfed, he can take out my Excelgor, which I'm going to switch into right now. But because of all the Stealth Rock and residual damage, I'm going to be able to take him out with my Zoroark, as you're going to see right now. He's going to go for the Brave Bird. It's not going to kill, and my Zoroark actually has the Sucker Punch, which can easily take him out at this range. So that's going to pretty much be a good game. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave comments. Feedback is always, it's always important. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like, although you don't have to. I would appreciate it. And yeah, shoutouts to Scott and Rich for uploading this and doing their thing on the beta channel. And yeah, I will see you another day. So take care, have a nice day, and peace.